Jackie Brainbox Tyson, me say you did good. Fruits turn up in it just the way me like it. Pudding pan to the world. Welcome to another feature of Saturday Morning Runnings, aired live Saturdays at 10 a.m. I'm your host, Lady D. Denise Gomez, producer of Inside the Zone. Inside the Zone is aired Mondays, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., and Thursdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Linkage Radio in Mount Vernon, New York. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my YouTube channel. This week's topic, New Year, a New Beginning. Christmas, dubbed the most wonderful time of the year, was great. The festivities brought people together. Customarily, Caribbean people go above and beyond to ring in the new year with church services, parties, dancing in town squares, browsing, shopping malls, eating and enjoying all genres of music, to name a few. But after Christmas, expectations of what the new year holds becomes a priority. So we reach for the little black book and write down a list of things we want to achieve for the year, aka New Year's resolutions. But do we accomplish anything on our lists? If not, what should we do differently? A Saturday morning runnings, come make we talk, New Year a come. Good morning, morning, morning. The crew on board are Maxine, Max Poet Lyons, my early bird, Jackie Brainbox Tyson, Viveka, Sharon Shernette, Ignat Brown, the conscious one,
Sharon coming in from yard.
and Jennifer Douglas, aka Miss Jan, as always, will be joining us in a few minutes. So, roll call. Maxine, you're muted, Max. Max, you're mute. We can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, this is going to forgive me. Well, as I was saying, good morning. Happy New Year. Just a few hours away. You're right on our doorstep, believe it or not. I am blessed and I'm honest and I'm grateful to be here. I cannot complain what 2022 has done. I have had some sad times because I've had family members who passed away, at least 3 that I can remember just off the top of my head. So that was sad times. But I've had some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful accomplishments that I'm not going to complain. I have to thank God and give him all the praises. The fact that I'm here is just enough joy for me to give thanks and praises. And to the only one and only the only one. Today's now my 33rd anniversary. Today's 33 years.
Wow.
So
happy anniversary.
God is good.
Well, happy anniversary.
God is good.
33.
Thanks to God. Yes.
Amen. So,
Long time ago.
Yes, long time.
Congrats.
You get it.
Congrats.
Yeah.
You can't get journalists.
Yes.
Huh?
Some of
Thank you.
us can
Because
barely
we
make it
can't
to
catch you.
33 days. Barely
No,
make it to
Never
33
mind
you
years,
days
right?
again, but
or
catch you.
33
It's
hours.
okay. You never coming.
Never can you. Me in a second place.
What? Sharon.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Yeah.
So
Wow,
Sharon, how
congrats.
are you? You're in the beautiful Jamaica there, and I can see my
I
country
am
bus
doing
in the
I am
background.
doing to take Maxine's favorite word. I'm doing fabulous.
Yeah. Mhm.
Maxine always say I'm doing fabulous. And here come Mickey. I am doing fabulous.
Oh,
I absolutely am happiest when I'm in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Happiest. I was in my bathroom a while ago, and I have a little dressing area with like a lot of mirrors. And it was so wonderful to be like putting on my face. And in the background was breadfruit tree and ackee tree.
you know?
Just a wave and pear tree. Just
Yeah.
a wave in
Wow.
the breeze. I can think them be like, man, they love the concrete jungle this thing.
I know.
Yeah.
That's
I
no.
absolutely love it.
I know
Yeah.
the concrete jungle is no room with a view.
Not a thing, just not a thing. Yeah, but like Matt said, God has been good. The year, nobody knows what the year is gonna bring, so there's been ups and downs and all kind of things during the year. But thank God, here we are, and we can only go forward from here.
That's right. And Jack.
Why?
Absolutely.
God is good. That's all I can say because I was thinking the other day, so how time flies too. 2 years ago, on a day like today, I would have been in bed because I had just done my second spinal surgery and I was in bed. And I'm here walking now. I couldn't walk, a few months before that. I couldn't walk. And here I am, and I'm doing so much better. I have accomplished so much within that time, and to God be the glory. I am
Amen.
happy.
And I do
Yes.
recall actually
Great.
seeing
Yes,
you
done.
during that difficult time and how
Yeah.
my appreciation for my mobility,
Mm-hmm.
being able to move without having to
Yeah.
figure out which foot do I put first, which position should I, you know, because you couldn't do that. The pain was just
No.
so much. Oh goodness.
I
So
was
Yeah.
walking
thank God.
pain. I had a walker. I had I had a commode at my bedside. It was like that.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
thank God.
Yes.
Thank God.
So
God be
and
the glory.
I have to say, I am still always grateful for some of the things that I have been able to accomplish under, some circumstances, and still be grateful.
Mhm.
To
Yes.
give God thanks, and
Yeah.
whatever we do at any given time, we just say, Lord, you know the next step. I'm willing to,
Mhm.
I'm willing
Yeah.
Mhm.
to make it. So here we are this morning. So how was the Christmas, by the way? Because that was last Sunday.
Nice.
Me too. Yep.
Yes.
We didn't
My,
plan not to
mine,
go anywhere. We're just gonna stay at home with family. My mother left right before Christmas. She wanted to spend Christmas in our house. So she
That's
left right
right.
before Christmas after her cruise. And it
Woman
was
of my
just
heart.
us. It
Yeah.
was just us,
Your mother
brothers
is a
and
woman of my
sisters.
heart. I love Christmas in my house.
So she went home, but we just stayed in. We didn't go anywhere. We cooked and laughed and talked. We reminisced on how things were and the things that we've accomplished. And I thought that was great for the younger ones to just listen to us talk and how the struggles brought us to where we are now. And I think that's important for them to know.
Wonderful. So Sharon,
Yeah.
how was your Christmas?
my Christmas was very different. It was very, very quiet. After I got here, me and my husband went food shopping and we had a whole menu planned. And we turned around and went out to dinner and did not cook a thing.
Okay,
Because,
that's all
because
right.
we got caught up in the whole thing. Like how we gonna make this? Da, da, da. I went out to the back. I picked the gungo peas, shelled them, ready, you know. But then me turn around, me say, look, it's just me and him.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point? We have to make two different different side dishes, and so I say, you know what? There's so many wonderful establishments around here because we're right in near Iron Shore area. Any
Mm-hmm.
place you can go, you can get a wonderful dinner. You know, so we just went out to dinner instead, and then we came back home. And I mean, over the years, we have not been by ourselves for Christmas ever, ever, ever. This is the first, and
Wow.
yeah, well, never. And
Mm-hmm.
then in the evening now, my sister-in-law, his sister, and a friend came over, and we sat around and talked and reminisced and watched some good programming on TV and had food cake and sorrel. So we ended
Nice.
up with a little
Oh,
company.
nice. Sure.
Yeah, but dinner time it was just me and
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So Max.
Yeah, so it was just normal and as always. So we made dinner. And of course, we cook up a storm, both of us. I made a roast chicken. He made oxtails. I made rice and peas and carrots. And I made some potato salad and regular. We had the sorrel and the cake. So when you see my video, I put up a video of what I did. I
Yeah.
set
Yeah.
up my nice dining table, sat
Mm-hmm.
there, and we just had
Yeah.
a nice feast. And afterwards, we packed some of the food and took to one of his cousin's house. That's house we always go for Thanksgiving. But the cousin,
Mm-hmm.
she had a surgery. She had surgery, so we took dinner for
Oh,
her, and we went upstairs in our room, and sit down and chat and watch TV and just reminisce old time things, which is what we like to
yes.
do. We were there
Yes.
until after 11. Then we drove back home.
Okay.
So it
Nice.
was nice, quiet, and peaceful.
Yes. I I too had a good Christmas. Friends came over. We all prepared a dish, and I set up the table. But when some of us meet, we now remember certain things. I have no picture of the table.
When chatting begin.
They came. We lay out
I
the
know, I
pan.
know what you mean.
No, listen.
Yeah.
We lay out pans and stuff, and nobody say, "Hey, make we take a picture." Because Jackie, you remember the last time how we were on
Yes.
a picture taking spree.
Yes.
Nothing of the sort
Mhm.
happened this time. However, I did catch, some pictures of
Uh,
us, but it was nice. We had so much fun chatting and laughing, and it was good. It was nice. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that we all.
Oh, ladies, I'm gonna
And I,
send
and
you
I,
all a
got-
video
I also,
because
Huh?
my sisters they did Christmas in the UK,
oh,
so
Mm-hmm.
they sent a video of the carryings on with the UK side of family. Because
Okay.
they're just as crazy as we are,
okay.
or except with the accent. So I'm gonna send it to you so y'all can get a look at my generation, how they carry on.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, my
Nice.
family in Trinidad, they too had their PJ thing going on. So they
oh.
putting pictures
Okay.
into the WhatsApp family group. And so, it was a nice day. And we
I
went to
forgot you have family in Trinidad, you know. You did tell
may
us.
have family everywhere.
All
May
are we?
may have
One
family
of the one
everywhere.
of the things that I also did. I don't know if you guys do it, but one of the things that I also always do on Christmas Day is I call family members. So the people who I've not seen in a long while, I pick up my phone and I spoke to my uncle in Jamaica, my only living aunt in England. I called her, she didn't answer, she called me back. We had a good,
No?
nice, long chat and laugh. And some
Mm,
other cousins who I haven't spoken to in a while, I did call. Even my DJs who plays my song, I call them the day before, the night before, because Christmas Day get crazy. But I always
yes.
try to make contact with a number of people who I can, because I also send cards
Yeah.
out to a few, and the ones who I didn't
Yes.
send cards, so I call them and have a little chit chat with them. So
Good.
that's one thing.
Good.
That's why I love Christmas. Christmas
Yes.
time for me is just a connected time. Yeah.
Yes. And I too did a video that I sent out, a short video, just wishing everybody God's blessing and thanking those who support,
Yes.
me on the radio and
Mhm.
stuff like that. We may never be able to connect physically nor by calling everybody we know. But when you
Yeah.
send something and they watch it, they can say, okay, she remember. so, so
But
that's
you know
good.
what the thing is that for people who forgot some people for Christmas, here is New Year's Eve. They may not have been on your A list, but
Right.
Mm-hmm.
hopefully you can get them on the B list and
Hmm.
call them before the year is out because you have some people who will hold you up.
That's true.
They will have you up for a long
Yes.
time.
People
I
get
mean, look, you have people who
Seriously
will
too.
say, you never call me for Christmas. They also didn't call you. So it could have been an issue why you
Right, I was
never
about to
called.
say that.
But they're,
right.
And the phone
you're
worked
right.
both
Mhm.
ways.
But,
The phone
but
worked
they're
both ways.
waiting for a call for
Right.
anybody who you didn't, contact over Christmas. We are still in the mellow zone.
Hmm.
So before we sing, we sing the All Lang Syne song, you know, may
Yeah.
all whatever be forgot and never brought to mind.
Hmm.
Let us contact those people who, you know,
Yeah.
we possibly have
Mhm.
overlooked.
That's right.
Put it that
All
way.
righty. So you know how we roll here. Always appreciative of our audience. So I'd like to welcome this morning Vero, who was first in line. Vero, I just love the fact that you come and you just sit down. You're not about to move. You've been with us, and we thank you for that. Greetings, Sharon. How you
Good
do?
morning, Vera.
Yes. Blessings to you, Sharon. Good to see you. And my cousin Marlo, who is in England. Good morning, US, and good
Hi,
afternoon.
Marlo.
I'm Marlo.
Great
I'm
Britain.
Marlo in England.
Hello.
That's Marlo, my cousin. She said, happy anniversary to you, Max.
Thank you, Marlo.
And
Thank
then
you.
our girl, Andrea. Andrea called me on the show on Thursday from Barbados and chatted
Yeah, I
with
heard
me a
her.
little bit. So she says, season's
Nice.
greetings and happy anniversary to you, Max. And here is Chris Wilby of
Thank
Caribbean
you.
Vibes
Thanks.
Radio. Greetings, Chris Wilby. Good to see you. And of course, our guy, Ryan.
Ryan.
And,
Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey.
hey, hey,
King.
so,
hey.
he says, you all see the one shirt. Mhm.
The big friend Ryan. Let me miss you too. You hear me soon come, man. This soon come.
Yes. And Marla says, give thanks for your recovery, Jax.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
my girl Charlesy from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who goes to my church, so she resides here. She says, Happy New Year to all the lovely ladies and all the listeners out there. Thank you, Charlesy.
Thank you.
Thank
Max,
you.
he says you're looking fab.
Hi, Ryan.
Sister
Thank you.
JQ, you the queen or me, Matake. So yes, queen in
Eh,
our
the JQ is me.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Happy anniversary. Zero, so we
Thank you,
all look
Marilyn.
good. Yes.
Thanks.
Andrea says, thank God for the use of my hands and thumb after surgery, COVID and sinus infection.
Oh
Yes.
my.
Wow.
Oh
Mhm.
my
You
goodness.
survived it all. Blessings to you, darling.
Yes.
Stay
Want to
well.
say morning to Patrick. Patrick was here with us for
Good morning,
Christmas
Patrick.
too.
Good morning.
We had a good time. Bravo, bravo. Bravo is in Jamaica. Good morning, Lady D and
Oh,
guests. Sure. Mhm. So everybody's just blessing up and, saying their good mornings.
good morning.
Thank
Good
you.
morning, all.
Thanks to all
Yes.
of you.
So as you know, we celebrated Christmas and here we are, December 31, which is our New Year's Eve show. And we are thankful that God has brought us here.
Yes.
So now that He has brought us here, there are some traditions by way of our culture, that we have practiced for many years. Some of us attempted, some didn't try at all, some were not taught, a whole lot of things. You talk about money, you talk about managing your weight, what you eat, right? All of those things, a part of our culture. We know we eat yam, banana, dasheen, afu, this and that, and pork, and we fry it, right? And some people
Mm-hmm.
will tell you that they don't like boiled egg and they prefer when they fry it and And then as we get older, the same things that we saw people were eating and like nothing really never happened to them. All of a sudden, they might tell you, oh, but you can't eat 2 eggs one time. You can only eat one. Or you have to take out the red, right? Or they tell you eat pork once a year. Something, right? But we know in our culture, we like to prepare food. We like the seasoning of the food, with the preparation of the food. And we like to know that we are going to go to church or we're going to go to some party or dance. I mean, my Crossroad was a hit. You know, Roy Cola played him thing over there. So
everybody can say them Crossroad was a hit.
To the point where he had a bar, then he had created what is called a lounge. So the lounge was right by the bus stop, where he created this little like a barn effect that people could go in, and he would have events in there and thing, right? So some would dress on I call lounge and stay the whole night, and that was how they rang in.
Because that was all that some people could afford.
Or you go uptown, or you traveled, and what have you. So there are so many things. But when we talk about what is our priority, how are we prioritizing? Do we prioritize at all? You know, you start off something on the list, maybe you have a list of 10, 20, whatever, and then you maybe only do one, and you do one for some reason, and the remaining 9 get shelved. And it's almost like if you go back to that same little black book, you're like, but and if me do number 7, but number 7 not really fit yet. You know, and you get all bent out of shape. You get bent out of shape.
Yeah.
You know the new year coming. So psychologically, it's sit there. No matter what you're doing in life. The list that you made that you thought was what I need to achieve. Somehow it'll beat you. It'll beat you. It'll beat you. And then there are the unexpected circumstances, issues that arise in our lives and so on. So we just want to talk this morning, you know, talk and put things in perspective, knowing that it's a one day at a time, one project at a time. Because when you start to say, oh, me want tree this year, and before you know it, you can't do no tree because you not have the resources, all kinds of stuff. So we have to work out this thing together. So it is out there. That's how we are focusing. And of course, you know, we are Jamaicans, most of us, all 5 of us right here. So we know Jamaica life and what we used to do and what we must do.
Well,
so,
speaking of that, let me jump in.
Yeah.
One thing I remember, and it's still holding in the day. You're never going to the new year with dirty clothes.
No.
So that's
yes.
it.
No.
Well, my grandmother said, wash your dirty clothes before New Year. So after Christmas and all of that, everything, them start to throw out stuff for them don't really need. All clothes, all suitcases, dulcimina, them were under the bed, we're rotten down, and all the chimney them now they have a salt and everything ready. New Year coming, wash the dirty clothes. Everybody are going river. We right before New Year's Eve with bath pan on them head. And that's country life. I grew up like that.
I can just picture the bath pan because at the end of the show, I'm going to drop off my clothes at the laundry. So that's
you see?
That's not that. So I'm going to drop them off at the laundromat and go run with some errands, pick them up on my way from church tomorrow. So me will carry home clean clothes. Is that good enough for you?
All right. Yes.
Yeah. Do my laundry on Thursday.
That was a big deal. People have to have to watch their dirty clothes before New Year.
Well, Max, I just heard your comment, but you know, people will tell you, say, yes, you have dirty clothes. Maybe the one where you have on right, you know, dirty.
I mean, I wash again since Thursday. I mean, I know about now. I do laundry once per week, every Thursday, and Thursdays when I do it. The only time I do laundry outside, outside of Thursday, like for Christmas, leading up to Christmas, I do a lot of washing because I wash all my runners and curtains and stuff like that. I do detail
Runners?
cleaning before Christmas. Before the new year, I don't have to run and throw stuff and clean up
Right.
because I clean my house detail creases to corner before Christmas. I do that every year, no matter where I live. If I live in a basement or I live in a big house, I do the same thing. And I've been doing this from back
All
home.
right. See, I know me one, Miss
Traditional
Charles,
for me
Viola say
to do
they do the
detail
same
cleaning and
thing.
throw stuff.
Where you go?
Hold on,
That's
Jackie.
traditional for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So see, right, Charles, you said by 6:30 this morning she went to laundry.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So what are some of the other traditions that we recall? And then we can, once we discuss that, we can talk about our resolutions.
Well, I know some people try to have the new year not catch them sleeping. So for people who
Yeah.
possibly would go, because if you go to watch night service, then obviously you're out and you're up. But if you happen to be home, you have some people who will resolve to not go to sleep. So no matter how sleepy they get, they will tell somebody, wake me up. I don't want you to come catch me asleep. Because they figure that, it's kind of a negative, some little negative connotations are attached if the new year come catch you sleeping. And also some people want the new year to come catch them doing something very positive, as a start to the new year. So they will endeavor to do a good deed or, have something lined up to do. So that would be the first thing, something memorable for the new year.
And also, people like to know that even if they're out at a party or somewhere, the closest church that they can find, they want them. They want to get in there. So when the clock strikes at midnight, they can say, "The Lord are going to bless me this year," and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Because in our tradition, we know that going into the house of God to give thanks, to hear the testimonies. I mean, growing up, what I heard as testimony, if you look back now, but that's all they knew. I never really had testimony, right? But they just know that they wanted to go up and say, thank God for saving and keeping me. And I was blind, but now I can see the light of the world.
The world is Jesus.
Right? And we gave thanks for that because it has its place.
But you have some people who they go up and the same resolution or the same resolve that they had to not jump their neighbor fence, to not cuss out anybody, to not lose their temper, year after year is the same thing. So that means by the time you make the resolution, it's forgotten already, because from next year is the same one you're looking again. Same one.
Yes. So so in my community, I would see all the grown-ups, because of course, Nina have no business down a Roy Cole lounge. So you would see all the people, the older people are dressed up and go down. Those who were into that kind of a thing. You see them a go down, man, or all day. People are move around, who are cook, who are come from market, what have you. And you see they're stopping at each other's gate, and Miss so and so, you do, ma so and so, how you do? And I say, so what you do later, Miss whatever? And she said, yeah, go cook here now, come here, go to church tonight, So you had that. And then them say, so no family now come in for New Year from foreign. And you said, now you hear them talk, who pick me a come and which way they go. And there's that little sense, air of pride kind of thing, who a doctor now and lawyer and teacher and what have you. So we do know that at the center of it all, we want to extend that kind of gratitude. We may not
Yeah.
consciously think of it, but really, that's really what we want to do. We want to share with our family and loved ones and friends that, hey, me buy a house, or me buy a car, because those things we consider as investments, and you want to
Mhm.
invest in
Accomplishment,
yourself,
yes.
great
Yeah.
accomplishments.
Right.
And so we want to know we in the runnings too.
Mhm.
And you can't
Mhm.
beat that. So take it away. So before we jump on over.
Yes, man.
Mhm.
Well, one thing we used to look forward to is watch night. That watch night service. And growing up, we go to watch night service, and then we sing the old year is gone and the new year has come, and we wish you a happy new year. And then we walk in the dark with the tilly lamp with my grandfather, and we go back home and then make tea. We make chocolate tea or something like that. And we eat hard old bread and go to bed and wake up in the morning, and then you hear everybody a pass. Happy New Year, Pastor Law. Happy New Year, Sister Law. Or whatever. But when we grow up, we go and watch night service, and then we go jump in our clothes to go a party. After we go watch,
People
after
still
we
do
go,
that now. A lot of people still do that
after we
now.
go
Go to
watch
watch
night
night, then
service,
party and
listen
party.
to me, man. A party, we're gone a party after we go watch night service, because that's it. That's the thing. I say if my grandmother was alive, so then I'd feel two buckle or something after
I
we.
mean, I know that's a popular thing. That's something that I never did except for when if New Year's catch me and I'm in Kingston. Because
Okay.
my mother got saved way late down in life. So whenever I go to Kingston, I mean I got saved at 9. By 11, me baptized me in a church. Me no dance, me no go party, me no do this, me no do that. So whenever I went to Kingston and them start play boom, shaka, laka, and whatever, I
Oh,
would, I would, and then my grandmother had a way of saying, see God there, if you do this, that, and that, see God there, see God there. So honestly, and then my mother, she would visit a Moravian church, and then she made sure that we went every Sunday. So every Sunday, when I'm in Kingston, every Sunday we go on to church, right? And like Jackie said, when they have watch night and then you would leave from watch night, change off in different clothes and go to
yeah.
party. I used to be in such a state in my head, in my head space. I would be in such a state because
Guilt? Like guilt?
guilt, me feel like me can hear my granny and say, see God there.
See
And
See
then
God.
God.
I was, yes,
Yes.
and then I
Yes.
used to feel like, it's something really bad I'm doing. But then we cannot go because all of my sister them a go, the
Going.
cousins them a go, everybody's going. And I'm like, what me I go to stay at the house? And then when we go, I would be like a wallflower. I'm like this, hugging the wall. Nah, shit, nah, me nah do nothing. And then when I said,
Let us
man,
observe.
yeah, just to observe. And then when I said, no man, you have to dance, you have to. So that used to be a lot of a great source of trepidation for me. Because I mean, no, because in country, when I met my grandmother, the buckle torch, she made me sleep before we go to church because I'm there at church at book
Asleep,
because that
yeah.
night start 9 o'clock. So you sleep first, you wake up, then you walk. I know, so you walk like a mile to church, and
Mm-hmm.
that was near. That was the near church. And you walk, and
Wow.
then when it's over, you walk back, and she always makes sure she be a pudding. So when you go back home, you have a nice slice of pudding, some kind of pudding.
Yes.
Yes, you get one big slice of hard bread, and possibly a piece of escovitch fish, and your big mug of tea. And for me, the best tea for me was fever grass with milk, with
Oh my
condensed
Wow.
God.
milk.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So it's like that. And then in later years, though, I really got I really got the courage and I told my grandmother I don't want to be in Kingston for New Year's. I want to come back. And
Mm-hmm.
by then I was old enough to be taking the minibus by myself. I mean, no, you probably would say don't let the child take the minibus by themselves because
Mm-hmm.
back then I think I may have been, I would say, somewhere in the vicinity of 13, 14. But I would take the minibus by myself and come back to my baby because I didn't want to be in all of the jump up and all of the ray,
Mm-hmm.
ray. I was
You
never like
race,
that.
you know, one of the races.
Exactly. But for some people that was a reality because even in the States, I've seen people literally come to church and you
Mm-hmm.
can tell from how they're still in them coats inside the church, not hot, not cold, but them have on them coat clutched tight to the chest. So they make
And
a
they have
little
one,
one move, you see some skin. So you know, say after them finish right, so them gone somewhere else.
Yes.
You
yes,
know?
yes.
But
Well,
that was another thing. What's that,
growing
Max?
up for me, I was saying, as a child growing up in Jamaica, I can't recall. New Year's was not celebrated in my house. It
Oh.
wasn't significant like Christmas. New Year's Day was just another day. They would cook something nice just like they would for Christmas. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
We didn't really go anywhere because I was a child then. So going out and going to places wasn't a church in too far. I can't even recall if they kept church New Year's. Probably they did, but I don't recall ever going to church.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, definitely not party because I grew up in a Christian home with my grandmother, so party was out of it. And of course, I left home pretty young too, so I can't recall it. But even when I lived in Kingston on my own before I got married, I never went out for New Year's Day. Because when my liver told me now I'm going to with period, because me I was afraid that night to go any place because Kingston I was at the stigma, you all know.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mhm.
never really went anywhere. It's since I got married and came to this country that New Year's going out became a part of my curriculum, so to speak. Because, of course, because our anniversary is on New Year's Eve, we always go out for dinner. And I we sometimes go to the movie. Or we go and been to many parties when we lived in New York. Many, many parties on New Year's. We always go out for dinner for
Mhm.
sure, and then we've been to parties. But as a child, it wasn't significant for me, not at all. But I
Mhm.
have a poem here that I wrote. It's called Resolution Get a Blow. It's all in Patois, so I'm going to share it. And it go like this. Every first a year, we always try to change. We both so we are going to do this. And now we can't wait to do that. But it's another thing to carry out. All them messaging in passport. Miss Mary take out she have to lose weight because she get so damn big. She soon can out your own gate. John same out of drink because him tired for tumble down. But it's another thing. Fit up front thing. But Jerry and his son. Joseph more give cigarette because it a give bad breath. And most of all it make him teeth. Them look like dirty crepe. One teeth Evelyn swear that she a go fix her mouth. Cause this year hero 23 and she bound fi broke out. But every year we are make the same old rule. Me still I wonder to myself, who we are try for fool. Mas Jasper who live around the corner, so him a go start that church. The first two Sunday him visit. When third Sunday come, him quit it. Miss Lizzie's son, who own two box, so him a go have sound clash. But when him hear the price we enter, him couldn't even enter. For me bossy cousin, daughter, so she a go do titty lip. True she was poor enough. The girl them stiff. But when Enna here come, fear them still a drop down on her hip. No make no resolution. We are going to cause you no confusion. Because life is not an illusion. We have to come to good conclusion. Stick to the evil where you know. And not kill yourself if you broke out. Because puss and dog not have the same luck. You will name John Crawford dog. New Year's resolution. Always cause confusion. And somehow this year, things is still the same. Last year, some things did work out. The majority are weak. But this year, things are damn slow. Resolution get a blow. And Maxford says so, and
Yes,
it
ma'am.
goes up.
Yes,
Right.
All
ma'am.
right. Stay true to life.
What kind of, excuse me, what kind of lift?
Tiffy lift. I don't know, Tiffy lift.
Oh
She
Lord.
needs to go find a good brazier. She needs to go find a new brazier, that's all.
Hello.
And the cheapest lift that.
Exactly.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, but I see some people make some resolutions that were bound to fail from the onset because it's too
Unrealistic.
drastic.
Yes.
Too
You know,
steep.
sometimes it's a diet plan,
Yeah.
sometimes it's a
Yes.
savings plan, sometimes it's some life hack or something, but it's too stringent. So when you think about it, you say no, sir. I mean, had they given it enough thought before putting it out there? Because some people just put it on Front Street. Me nah this,
Right.
me nah that, me I go
Yes.
vegan, me I create vegan, no more meat, me nah this, me nah that. And the next thing you know, not even they can't finish the
Gone
first
through.
week. Yeah, let
Yeah.
alone the first month.
Exactly.
But you know
Yeah.
what happened
So
to
what I do,
during
I
the
don't put
Christmas
stuff out. I
holidays?
write stuff privately. That's me.
Mhm. But
Mm-hmm.
during the Christmas holidays,
And
right? You
work on
find
them
there are people
accordingly. I
who
don't put
will
stuff out in
eat
public.
a
After
lot.
this, no, I don't do it.
They're eating a lot, and then in their minds they're calculating, oh, come January 1, me go do a washout,
Mm-hmm.
and me go start eat right, so we can take off. And you and I know that everybody's metabolic makeup is not the same.
It's
So
not the
what I
same.
can eat and it don't show on me in a week
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
or 2 days, it's not going to
Yes.
work for somebody else. So the unrealistic approach, if you know your body, that me can just start eating nothing but fruits and vegetable, and you're eating fruits and vegetable, and you're not seeing nothing happening. So that's not
You have
realistic,
to put
is
your
it?
own way.
There you go.
No.
And then now, we talk about our health. A lot of us have not gone to the doctor for the past year
Mm-hmm.
and more.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't know what's going on inside of you.
We
Outside, we
know.
look
We
fine,
know of.
but some people don't go to the doctor. They'll tell you them afraid a doctor, or not don't
Especially
bad,
men.
Yes.
me good,
Especially men.
right?
Unless
So
them are dead.
our health,
Only.
because if we are not
Yes.
healthy people, we can't function.
Mm-hmm.
No.
We can't
Mhm.
Not
function.
at all.
Not at
Me
all.
also know of somebody who tried that diet thing. Oh, I'm going to diet. I'm going to do immediately go straight into greens and whatever. She dropped down clean.
Yeah, because there's no
Mm-hmm.
balance. Yeah.
Just fainted
Yeah.
away.
Everybody that
Yeah.
you have to do gradually. Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Balance
Yeah,
it.
you gotta work into it.
Yeah, you have to balance it because you still need
Mm-hmm.
starch.
Yes.
People tell you they cut starch. If you're gonna cut it, then you have to replace it with something
Something.
because
Yeah.
it's an essential
Mhm.
part.
And give the
Right.
body time to adjust
Yes.
to the
Yeah.
new thing. Yeah.
Mhm. So then there is the health. So I'm getting in shape. We
Oh,
can
that's when the gym memberships,
go up.
the gym memberships, they go up
Skyrocket.
the roof
Mhm.
Yeah.
because everybody going to
Yeah.
Planet Fitness. They go to Lucy Roberts,
It seems so.
and you get locked into a contract. Because I've done it.
Yeah, I
I
use it.
can give myself up. I
You
was
never
locked into
know.
a contract with Lucy Roberts for a whole year. And
Yeah, easy.
I dwindled down all the way till I was going only on Saturdays.
Okay.
So coming from work, getting off the train, slipping off the
Mm-hmm.
heel, slipping into
Mm-hmm.
the sneakers, put on the workout. After a while, that did not hold any attraction for me.
Mhm.
Never hold any attraction. It was very difficult. So I know what it is like to, I mean, you have good intentions,
Mhm.
you know,
Yes.
Yeah.
but
For me,
it,
even as an athlete, we did a lot of field work, right? So we were doing
Mm-hmm.
the hard training on the field and long distance cross country runs. That's how we were brought up in when I was going to school. We did a lot of cross country, so we weren't in a lot of weight lifting and stuff like that. So I was never exposed to going to no gym. I tell people I never go no gym. The first time I went to gym is with Jackie. I never used to.
Really?
No, and I don't know nothing about no gym, nothing. I never did gym. Well, hi. You hear Max talking about
gym, mommy.
So, before Max, they're talking about Jim come at me. I'm at Max and went on the treadmill. This up more start.
The gym not come at me. I have no one gym. I have personal gym.
Right? But seriously, so gym for me is not a thing. When came the pandemic, I didn't even bother renew no membership, no nothing. I walk in the mornings. And it's been a few
that's what I do. I do a lot of walk.
Few months I have walked. But I would walk. And Jackie knows the trail I use.
Yes, and we used to walk together. Yeah.
And I still walk. So I'm saying to myself, because I don't like getting up in a no cold morning. Semi-gone out, they're gonna walk. That's one thing I tell you. So I wait until it warms up a little bit. And I'm up to my bed at 6, through the door by 6:15, and walk and get home by 7:30. And be good after that. So it's just a matter of, discipline, which sometimes we don't have, and we have to speak the truth.
Yes.
I know your body, know yourself. I don't make no resolution for, I'm going to start eating greens and only and stuff like that. Know your body, make an appointment with your doctor. It was a doctor that told me that you don't need all these strenuous exercises. You just need to walk. And anything that you do in your house, make it exercise. Like even when you're sweeping, wiping the floor, stuff like that. That climbing the stairs. That's exercise. The gym is not for everybody. So don't make no resolution and spend your money, waste your money whole year. Don't use it, because when you add up that gym membership, it's a lot of money that you have not used, that you could have used to do something else more productive.
Yeah, and some of those contracts are so tight.
Yes.
You can't get out of it because they have these gyms. Because I tried to get out, and they tell you everything. Even if you have like a note from your doctor to say, well, she's not able to do so and so and so, what they would give you all for a period of time, and then they come back and they say, okay, how about now? They will check in on your on your progress if anything even goes up. Right. Because sometimes people just put it that way, or people might say, I'm relocating, and they would say, well, chances are wherever you relocate to, we have a gym in your town, in the city, and so they would not let you off the contract so easily. You are locked in, and you had to just hear it out for quite a while.
Yes.
Yeah, I almost had a fight with my gym when I told them that I would. Yeah, when I told them that I had spinal surgery and I would not be able to.
Hold on, Max, because you have a delay sometimes. So you might we have. Go ahead, Jackie.
No, I was saying that I almost had a fight with my gym too, because I had a membership for a while, and then when I told them that I would have to give up the membership because I would be paying this money for nothing when I came down with the back issue and I had this first spinal surgery, it was almost like they didn't want to let me go off the contract. I had to tell them that I just did spinal surgery. You don't expect me to come there and come jump up and down, because chances are that was where I got the last part of the injury, at the gym. So it took a while, but they did.
Okay, so Charles says, this is why I don't make a resolution for the new year. I asked God to draw me closer and to order my steps in his words. Amen. Oh, and then, there are people also who procrastinate a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, you will find that you accomplish nothing.
Right.
Because you
Yes.
say, fine, you make a concerted
Yeah.
effort that you're going to do a
Right.
particular thing or several things, and you keep saying, oh, we're going to start next month. Next month comes and somebody says, so you start the thing yet? No, me not sure yet.
Mm-hmm.
And you follow that vein, and
Yeah.
before you know it, the year ends and you have not done.
Done
Yeah.
anything.
Procrastination is the thief of time.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's the
Yes.
thief of time. That is why some people,
yes, it is.
sometimes, some people will opt to not resolve. So some people it works like that. You say, okay, I'm not gonna make any resolutions. Some people it works, but they need to be held accountable. So
Mhm.
they will ask a friend to do whatever, if it's weight loss or if it's whatever, they will ask a friend to monitor them or do it with them in order to make them accountable to somebody. Because on your own,
Mhm.
you have no one to be accountable to. So either you want to
Yeah.
count your steps for the day or check how many calories, count your calories. But if you don't have somebody to do it with or somebody to be accountable to, and it's just yourself, you might just get home and just say, "Chummy can't bother." You don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So resolutions are
Absolutely.
good or bad. They can be good, they can be bad, depending on how, what you're trying to achieve.
Mhm.
Exactly.
But what
Yeah.
happens when someone says to you, say to somebody, so, because like me, I'm creating my vision board and I
Mhm.
know the primary things. I know what my objectives are and I know what I want on that vision board and I map it out already. So if you say, oh, I have resolutions or, I'm having a vision board and then somebody said to you and say, so you're going to accomplish all of them. You need to do, because, you have people who maybe that's not their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's not that they're not ambitious. It's just that they don't plan like that.
Right.
So
Mhm.
when you say that to them, right away, they fall in a kind of negative mode of thinking, as if to say,
Mm-hmm.
then you want to
Mhm.
accomplish all of these things and stuff like that. So you have to be focused, because if you're not careful, you can get thrown off of
Yeah.
your plan.
Mm-hmm.
Negative
Yeah.
thought.
And you
Because
have to link
they
up with
bombard you with
like-minded
negative
people as
thoughts,
well.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
that's primarily why too I do a purge of my contacts, my phone contacts, my social media contacts. Come January, I do a purge every single year. I just drop people. But we haven't talked for a while, or you're acting crazy, and or I've seen, something come up when I look for right. I don't have to say a word. I just drop, delete, 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 drop. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't need the extra baggage. Because if you're gonna be hanging with people who are not like-minded, it's only gonna drag you down.
Yes.
You need something to
Drag
aspire
you
to.
down.
If you are very organized, because I was gonna mention vision boards too, and I didn't mention vision boards because we have your vision board, you're locked in. Or there are so many great journals out there.
Yeah.
I have a journal that I am so waiting to start using because
Uh-huh.
it has everything. It has your spiritual life, it has your physical life, your whatever you need, family. It helps you because life is all about balance. So I would tell people,
Yes.
instead of resolving and just putting words in the air, get
Mhm.
a journal, a very good journal, and you just put in there, like, some journals, you have to do yourself, and some journals you actually it's already made up like that. If I had mine, I would actually do it, but
Made up like
it has a very, very completed. You just have to go in on a daily
And
basis,
fill in.
and
And fill
yeah,
it in.
and then it's
Yeah.
not only
and fill it.
reading. You're also writing thoughts,
Mhm.
what you have accomplished daily, weekly. And these things to me, because I like to read and I like to write. So for me, it works because at the end of the year, you can, in retrospect, sit back and say, okay, this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that happened. Oh, I forgot
Right.
about that. And it's like a whole
Yes.
thing, you know.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I like
And
that.
people
Yes,
also
that's
need to
me.
stop saying,
I cannot.
go ahead, Max. Go ahead.
All right, I was about to say that I cannot operate without a diary. Every year at the end of beginning of the year, I get a diary and I document things to do for each day, every day. And
Right.
even simple, if I wrote a song, I write a poem, put it in there. So if I wanted to remember something, I can pick up
Mm-hmm.
any diary. And I have diary from 1995 when I came to this country until now. All of my diary from 95 until now, I can go back to look for stuff. And it's a good job to keep these things, ladies, because I remember when we were doing
Yeah.
our when we were
Yeah.
applying for citizenship a few months ago, I had to look, I was trying to remember a date for Norman traveling to Jamaica. You know, you have to fill out something about traveling if you travel within 5 years, whatever. And we couldn't remember anything, and I had to go look for my diary for that particular year. I think it was 2008 to get this date. So these diaries they come in handy. So when documentation beats conversation, when you document, you never know when you need a documentation.
Yeah.
So I do keep a diary
Yeah.
every year, and I
Yeah.
write
Yeah.
stuff down every time, whatever important to
I
me, I
used
put
to
it
do
in those
that.
diaries, so I can
I need
always
to
go
get
back
back to doing it.
and look.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do it. It's
Yes,
worth it.
documentation beats
Yes.
conversation. You never know when you need it to put
And people
Yeah.
something or
people
something
need to
important
stop
that you
saying
need to remember.
people also need to stop saying me too old to
Right.
do that, yeah. You know, that
Mhm.
attitude, you're too
Yes.
old, yeah, why me can't do that? Why no? You know, that kind of I don't like being around people who talk like that
Yes,
because
Jackie,
it's
I
like
get that a lot in my music.
yeah, why no? You're not too old, or me too old, yeah. That kind of I just feel a depression coming on me when people around me talk like that. I mean, just want to run
Uh-huh.
from people like that, you know. So I try to stay
You,
away from
you,
that kind
you
of
call those
negativity.
people Debbie Downers. Just like how you, just like
Yes.
they're Debbie Downers. Some people, no matter
Or dream
how,
stealers.
yes,
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 dream killers.
yes, no
Mhm.
matter how good an
Yes.
idea is, and no matter how fired up you are, as a friend, instead of pushing you and say, yes, so and so and so, just like you said, Debbie, say, you can't
Mhm.
bother, what you do this
Yeah,
for? No, yeah,
Mhm.
because they can't catch the vision.
Yeah, because they don't
So
see
maybe,
themselves in
Mhm.
that
don't
way.
see it
no,
exactly.
no,
Yeah, they don't
Right.
see.
no.
So, which is why when you mentioned about purging
Mm-hmm.
contacts from your phone, this is
Mm-hmm.
also the reason why it is good to meet new people
Oh,
and
yes.
be intentional about the people you wish to be associated with,
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
because we know that friendships you bond as children, so there will be some lifelong friends, quote unquote, right? People who you know
Mhm.
from you were children and they're still here with you today. But every now and again, it, Shernet would say, behooves us
Yes,
to
please.
really step out of our
Yeah, word that
comfort
you know.
zone,
Yes.
to step out of our comfort zone
Mm-hmm.
and be open to meeting new people.
Yeah,
So,
and might I
Yes.
say one thing to Lady D with regards to that? If you are the smartest person in your friend group, you need a new friend group.
yeah, nobody not there to challenge.
Yeah, you
For
can't be
real.
the smartest person. Some people may
Mhm.
think it's a good thing. Everybody come to you, do this, do
Yeah,
that. But you need somebody who can stretch you, pull you
that's
along.
Yeah.
that is right.
Balance.
So it
Need
is
balance.
important.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
those of us who are here this morning and our viewers, kind of look at the people who you are associated with. Who are your nucleus?
Mm-hmm.
Who is in
Mm-hmm.
your inner
Mhm.
circle?
In your inner circle, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and you can start by saying, "Is this working?" And we are not implying now that you need to just drop people.
Drop people.
No,
Cut them
we
off.
don't do dropping.
Just analyze.
But
Just begin
yeah,
and yeah,
yeah,
just analyze. It
yeah.
starts there.
We, we,
And it
we
goes,
should.
I think it also goes for relationships too.
Mm-hmm.
Begin to analyze things and see if this is really necessary for your life,
Right.
and move from there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And if you have found yourselves, and if I see that coming, I'm going to rebuke it. Where you think that, or I think that I'm the only one skilled in a particular area, and so everybody needs to just come on over to me for no, 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 no. That means you're not growing and you're not
No.
mentoring. You have to pass
Yeah.
on your knowledge to other people.
Exactly.
You should
No,
not
but
be the only one to be
no,
at the beck and
mhm.
call kind of thing.
Yeah, but some people want to be the only one.
Well,
They
And
can't
it not gonna
recognize.
work.
Yeah, they cannot recognize ability in other people.
mhm.
You can have a group, and
Yeah, some
yet
people are like that.
this one
Doesn't
person
want to be.
wants to be the head cook and bottle washer. If you're having a paint
Washer,
party,
yes.
a must them plan it, a
Yes.
cooking thing, a must them plan it. They won't say Jackie's forte is to bake. That's
Yeah.
her thing. We're gonna give her that. No, even if they can't mix batter, they still want to stand over you. Who,
Micromanaging.
my, there you
Mm,
go.
yeah.
Yep.
So we're hoping that, as we are having a talk, because we just talk. It's not scripted. But as we're talking, we can all assess where we are as individuals and what changes we need to make. Because if we should reflect on, say, 10 years ago, we can know if we have grown in the past 10 years or not.
Right.
And
True.
for some people, when that happens, they either get depressed, bent out of shape, or they say, I need to do something. The last 10 years, I've wasted my time. I don't wish to waste anymore. So whether it's in terms of a career path, in terms of some kind of responsibility that you had undertaken and it not working out for you, your name don't need to be at the top of the something to say you are the CEO, you are the this, the that, and you're not getting no fulfillment out of it. So there are certain things I am assessing, as to, is this working? It need to go. Because if I
Exactly.
if I can't smile when I'm doing it, if I can't feel any excitement, and people will tell you, well, you have to do what bring the money, and you have to do, but half the time you're not there, you're not connected.
Yeah.
You're just in a systematic kind of mode, but you're not getting no
No, yeah,
enjoyment, no
anything you're doing, you should enjoy.
gratification,
Yeah.
Exactly.
satisfaction, nothing out of it. So, these are the hard truths that we have to face with ourselves. And sometimes we don't like to, but it's best we do our own self analysis before
Yes.
somebody analyze you.
And it's even
Right.
hard
When
too
they come,
when somebody tells you.
sometimes, there is no grace. So it's hard chopped and it makes your self esteem go even harder downhill because you didn't take the opportunity to structure things. So, New Year will come and we talk. We have to be more active, man. Do something in your community. What is it that we
Do
are,
something different.
you know, passionate about? Is it aging? People who are aging, people who are sick, people who want to go stand on the line and just give out some little something of encouragement. What is it? Do you like to talk and encourage people on the phone? What is it that you can do to make yourself
Find
more
your calling.
active?
Find your calling.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
advise for the new year. Find your calling, what you're comfortable
Contribute to
doing.
society. Contribute. Yes.
Yes. And
Yeah.
get the
Somebody
children
now.
involved in the positivity of this world, because I think because the kids are so engrossed in looking at what's presented to them by somebody else out there on these tablets and on TV and all that. They spend the majority of their time listening to other people raising them.
Mm-hmm.
They just they're not living by your standards and your rules. And these are the things we need to start to instill our old values in the children. I see that
Yeah,
even right
yeah.
here with my own nieces. They spend a lot of time on the tablets, and there are times when I just go and I said, no tablet right now. And when we're talking about family, that's when I want them to listen to what we've been through. You might be young, but someday it will make sense to you.
I agree,
know?
because we have
Yes.
we have said it, and we continue to say that yes, children born in the 50s, 60s, 70s, their experiences are different
Yeah.
as opposed to those born from 80s to present. So they have come into a world where technology has
Yeah.
advanced, right? They have no concept
Mhm.
about going down to a payphone to
Don't
drop
get it
in
wrong. We're not
money,
against it.
to dial a rotary nothing, or to tap a button
Mhm.
and be connected by an operator somewhere. Now
Yeah.
they don't know that.
They
Like
don't.
people who were born from the 40s and stuff. We don't know their experience. They can only tell
Mhm.
us, share it
Mm-hmm.
with us.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Sharing
moment that
stories,
we can
yes.
get, as Jackie is saying, to say, hey, pause a moment. When you even tell them no tablet and so on, in their little minds, it's like the world is gonna pass them by. They
Mm-hmm.
won't be seeing what is happening right
Without it,
now in
yes.
their world.
Mhm.
But when we start to talk and they're
Mm-hmm.
hearing what mommy used to do and so on, then that helps. That helps.
Yeah.
You're planting a seed right there, because
Yeah.
it's a different world we live in. But as
Yeah.
far as possible, if we can say, hey, I'm not ashamed from the decade in which I
Me
was
too.
born. So
Happy
this
I
is what
How
was.
we
can
used
you
to do.
be?
And they might find it laughable, because a lot of them laugh when you tell them some of the
Yes.
things that we used to do. They
Mm-hmm.
laugh. They
You
don't know
did.
what to
Mhm.
sit down and listen to Duppy's story and all kind of thing. They have no clue. But you can't beat them.
Yes.
You can't beat them. You can't
Another thing too, it's
force
sorry, Jackie mentioned about
your knowledge on them. You have to do it in a very subtle way. Next.
yeah, I wanted to say that mentoring has to do with adults too, because it's funny sometimes we think it's just kids that we have to mentor and help and teach, but there are a lot of adults sitting around who needs mentoring. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a young man, he's an artist too in Jamaica now, right now, who have been trying to kind of mentor, and in call me Miss Maxine, and because he's much younger than I am. And he was
Yeah.
giving me a story yesterday about a situation with him and another young man. And I had to really talk him up on the phone and encourage him and tell him, listen, and show him some pointers. If you do this, this is going to be the outcome. And if that young man, the other, because he's working with this young man, and they got into some fuss about money. And I had to realize that you and listen to me, I'm tired of going on Instagram and reading or somebody gets stabbed up or somebody get killed in Jamaica. It's time we stop that. So I felt good that I was able to encourage him, and he appreciated me encouraging him and telling him, hey, when I was done with him, he said, Miss Maxine, thank you.
Mhm.
And I felt good that I was able to really encourage him and show him what the outcome could have been and what the outcome can be if you go X, Y,
Right.
Z.
Mhm.
Right.
So a lot of adults out here, we need mentoring too. So if we can find somebody who can mentor and encourage for the new year, go on that pathway.
Mhm.
You don't have to be out in the
Mm-hmm.
community and the stuff as that say, but you can do stuff one-on-one individually with people who need your help and your energy and need your education and need
Exactly.
your help.
Yeah.
You don't have to be money, you don't have to be clothes or shoes, or it can just be a good talk, and that person will appreciate what you have to say, believe it
That's
or not.
true.
Yeah.
Charles, he
Yeah.
says, I'm a person, if I have a vision for something, if someone comes with a negative vibe, you just give me more power to do what I have in mind. That's what we're talking
Yes.
about.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And we have to have that, develop that self confidence. Sometimes people don't have self confidence. And if
Mm-hmm.
you,
Mm-hmm.
if Self-confidence don't just pop out of the womb,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
We are created
No.
with the capacity. We're created with the capacity to,
Right.
to hone that. But if it is something that if positive words are not spoken over you, that you are worth being here, you can do this. You don't necessarily have to
Yes.
be
Mm-hmm.
the doctor that I am, because that's where a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
in our early years we become more reserved because somebody wants you to be like them,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have, that's not your capacity. You don't know nothing about the sciences. You tried it, you fail it. So they need to allow you, right, to explore and do what you are gifted to do. So confidence, I tell you, if you don't have that, you'll be walking with your head hung low,
Yeah.
Yeah.
both,
And that's
both,
why you
both
need,
physically
yes,
and internally.
you need affirmations. And there are
Yes.
lots of affirmations out
Yes.
there. Affirmations for everybody. And whether you're a
And
kid,
for
grown up,
everything.
whatever. Yeah, my daughter actually set up like a PA system situation in her children's bedroom and the bathroom. And she wakes them up with that every morning. That way when they're in the shower or they get dressed, it says, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am very courageous, I am smart, I can think on my own, I know how to choose. And it repeats, repeats, repeats. So that is affirmation for children, but grown-ups also need affirmations because, like Charles said a while ago,
Yes.
if she has the desire to do something and somebody come with a negative vibe, she has the capacity to override that because she's
Yeah.
strong
Right.
like that, but some people are not strong like that, or who, because even grown people still want to run with the pack. They still
Yes.
want to be,
To keep up
they
with
still
the
want to be
Joneses.
accepted. They're still going
Mhm.
through some amount of peer pressure, and they may not be so
Mm-hmm.
self-confident and
Mhm.
so on. So you need affirmations.
That is
And
right.
over the years, people have started putting up affirmations on their maybe in their car somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
on your dresser mirror, on the bathroom mirror,
I
something,
do in
even
my
if it's
closet.
2 lines, but
Mhm.
just an
I do in my
affirmation.
closet, my clothes closet. Mhm.
Yes.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And you change them out as you go along, but affirmations, positive affirmations over yourself for the new year. I would encourage everybody to take like a retrospective view. What have I accomplished this year? Maybe last year you had a bag of I gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that, and did none of them, or did one, or did two.
Mhm.
Some things need to be put on the back burner. Some things need to
Right.
be brought forward.
Brought
That way we
forward.
don't repeat. Right. That way we
Yeah.
kind of get, because life goes on. So
Yes.
when time
Yes.
is gone, time is gone.
Mhm.
So if you spend it wisely,
Yeah,
it's gone.
can't get it back.
And if it's Sky lost
Can't get it
and
back.
wasted, it's still going.
That's right.
Still
Right.
going.
So I
Yes.
would
Can't
advise
get it back.
everybody. Look, right, you can't get it back. So I would advise everybody, look around. We are grown. Don't expect somebody to come and fix it. If you're my friend and I see you slipping, or I think you should have attained something, or I know something that was in your heart to do, and I see you haven't accomplished it over a period of time, I feel confident enough to be able to come and say, Jackie, sweetheart, this man, you see, I
Mhm.
was going to do this and that and that. How is
And
it going?
happen.
What else do you need to do? Can I help you study? Can I do something for you? Can I probably babysit so you can get a little evening
Mhm.
off to do whatever? But let us make our lives worth the living, and not just to, when you find that you have excess
Yes.
amount of time. For me, whenever I see that which for me is just recently, because God rest my mother's soul, she's dearly departed, and for the past several years she has been, you know, a big part of my life as far as her care was concerned. So I didn't have time to scratch my head. Every free moment was given to her, between her and the grandchildren. Because once your life changes into either direction, your parents become kids again, and then you
Yeah.
have younger kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different situation. But whenever I find that I have some time on my hands, I always sit and ponder and say, what can I be doing with this time? So if it's a time that's going to repeat itself, say every Tuesday evening, I see that I have a time slot of 2 hours or something. Either if I can do it to do something for somebody, or I can work on my own self, I resolve to do that. I make sure I do that. Because sometimes there's the idle dog worry sheep,
Same,
and
same.
if you spend all that time on your hands and don't do
Yes.
nothing,
Mhm.
you're going to find some negative situation to jump in and take over.
Yes,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
let us try
And
different ways.
which leads me into we spoke about prioritizing.
Mhm.
We know last time I checked, pebble don't help buy nothing. No matter how much stone you have at your gateway, it cannot go to shop and supermarket. So there is a money factor.
Mhm.
If you say to someone, I would not mind being rich, like rich and have money, somebody else will say to you, me not really want to be rich. We just want to have enough. Enough is not
Mhm.
a denominator. Rich is not even a denominator. But in your head, you know what that would be.
Mhm.
You want to
Right.
have money that at any given time of the day, you should not have to be worrying
You can do what you want and help somebody.
about where me going
Mhm.
to. I have found myself in that for some time, wondering. So I'm like, I need to, in all the little whatever I do, I need to restructure my life where money
Mhm.
is concerned and not be afraid that, oh,
Right.
because I'm not afraid of money. I just need to be able to figure out now, how can I get this money in? What is the strategy? And
Mhm.
in
Right.
2023, we know still a try figure. If you figure do something, you have to start budget like months ahead. Because
Mhm.
the money
Yes.
is just, you know,
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know what I heard recently? I was listening to some show or other, and it was saying that only us start from scratch all the time.
yeah.
Other races, other people, they lay a foundation,
Hmm.
and once it's laid, it's built upon and
Hmm.
built
Yeah.
upon and
Yes.
built upon.
Yeah.
But for some reason, we take
You're starting
pride in
for everything.
starting from scratch.
And you know where that comes
Yes.
from in my layman's reasoning? It's from our slave experience. We had to work
Mhm.
so
Yes.
hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
For people, had to
Mm-hmm.
work so hard for
Uh-huh.
people that it's almost like it has been passed down. That if you determine in your
Yes.
mind, in your heart, that we not go start from no scratch, something going to have to change here. We don't
Mm-hmm.
understand that. So even when we begrudge other races about their families who come
Mhm.
into old
What
money,
they do.
it's like the
Mhm.
old money is a crime
Yeah.
I
that
was
they should
going
Yes.
to
go
say
work.
something
They
about
should
that,
go
and
Yes.
here
work
you
hard.
are.
They should go work and learn how
Here
to
you're saying
make money. Go start over. And people who God has blessed them, they still would like to put their children through that.
Yeah.
Fine. We're not
yes.
talking now about just handing
Mhm.
out money to your children and then they
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
don't know the value of it. But if the picnic them now have to go through them their hardship because you God has opened a
Working
door for
through
you,
it.
why you want to. So I would like to move out of that. I like money. I need to know that if I want something, me not fear go.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, but what
Just
I
Yeah.
forget it.
And
Yeah.
to those who like to thief it,
Yeah,
no
but
need to
also
stop.
some people, like Lady D said, some people will just say, well, I only need enough to live on. What about if you have excess, you can help
Yes. No.
others?
somebody else,
You
Help
yeah,
can help
others.
Exactly.
That's
somebody,
my point. Yes.
right?
When you have access, you help somebody else. Yes.
because
Right.
I know the level of responsibilities I have. So what I make now is it have to divide up in like 5 million pieces
Mhm.
to meet the commitments. And these are not commitments that I don't need to have, that I shouldn't have. These are, it is connected to me, family, so you still want to maintain that you
Right.
are there for not only yourself, but there's a family member who need you, somebody
Exactly.
who need you. And there are
Yeah.
times when people may
Rely on
reach
you,
out and
yes.
ask me, but because me so already strapped,
Right.
it is difficult now to go find that
Yes.
extra. And it hurts my heart that I cannot just say, oh,
To
here.
give, yeah.
Right.
You figure?
Right.
So that whole money piece that we have been running away from and think we shouldn't, and if we get it, if you get it, then tell the Lord, hey, this is what we have. I'm going to rely on you. He's not going to come down here and open book and pencil and say, put dollar this Denise, put dollar. But if you certainly ask him to give you that wisdom to be able to manage, because if I can manage the little bit that I have now, I am not in this squander mentality for when the more come.
Right.
So that's on
And
the vision
also,
board. That is
yeah,
on
and
my vision board.
yeah, and sometimes it only takes a very small start. Several years ago, when I started doing, and I heard it on the radio. I think I heard it. I heard one of them radio shows. I think I was going to work and listening to the radio, and what it is, they said, the first week of the month, save $1. Second week of the month, save $2.
I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Third week, 3, 4, and I did that. I got a bank. I went to my bank, one of my bank, and they gave me a bank. So funny. Went to the bank, get a bank. But anyway, it's made so that it's very difficult to open. So once you
Yeah.
put the money in, you can't say, I got a $10, yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I took it and I started, and sometimes you would be tempted to put in more because you might find you have a little excess. But I decided to stick with the program. And at the end of the year, you'd be surprised how much money is in there.
Here you go, because there is a chart
Yeah, we
that's
know, and I
posted
did that when we lived in
on
New
Google.
York.
There's a chart on Google, and I've seen that where it tells you $1, then it move you up to $2 a week, or what. There's a chart for that. But in our heads, I was never taught money management. I don't recall nobody sitting me and say, "Oh, Denise, this is how a budget is supposed to look." No, I have just charted through just managing what I have, and
Trial
sometimes
and
managing
error. Trial
budget.
and
Same
error.
here.
Trial and error.
Same here, yeah.
May I say something? My grandmother used to run a partner. As a
Hello.
little girl, I was responsible for helping her to count the money. And I always see her with an exercise book. So
Aye.
she used to raise chickens. She used to sew clothes. And she used to go to market. And almost every other page, she had something written down, market or chicken or clothes. And especially the partner. And that's where I learned to budget $1 because she never have no money.
Jackie,
But
that is what is being touted now as different streams of income. So Granny didn't know what she had do.
Yeah.
Sir, we never know that.
Yeah.
We never know, sir.
That is
Granny
where
was
wealth
being
comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she was like that. She
Very
never have no
frugal.
money. She never rich, but she
Yeah.
knew how every dollar was spent because she had to turn $1 into $50. You understand? She had $1 and you have to serve
Yeah.
dinner. You have to pay bill. You have to do everything.
Yeah. And I came into my family at age 7. So here you had older aunties, and so on.
And when Ben Johnson there come, you have to answer to the call.
But guess what? At the time their lives were already in motion. They're younger people now doing their thing. So I am really on the tail end. So I kind of had to navigate my way. Even when I was going to primary school and they gave us a little book, they say it was a bank book.
Yeah.
Fine. All I know, I had a bank book.
I was in grade 2.
And if I put if I put little something in the bank book, before you know it, I would go take out something, and guess where I'd go? Down to Mr. Earn's shop, go Barry Malt and Early Biscuit.
Oh, Lord.
You see, so it's not taught that high when you put it in, unless it's emergency. Don't go in there, go take it out,
Don't
because
go
it
in there, go take
becomes
it
more
out.
harder for you to put it back.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder for you to put it back. So now I
Mhm.
am on this mission to say, hey, I need to rework something here. I have to rework things. So that's where the money priority is for me. So fine, you set up other little things. You have insurance, blah, blah. Those things, But you need to
Mm-hmm.
know that, hi, if we need something ready cash, we need to just go to it. Don't have to go figure out if we take this out of here or this now go get. And all kind. I am kind of over that here now. So as we are wrapping up, we have 2 minutes. Oh Lordy, so we talk about so many things. Reduce stress. Hello, try not get stressed out.
Yes,
Don't be
de-stress.
stressed. And
Anything will cause stress.
not that's all we can
Sing,
close out with, because we have
listen
seen
to music.
and heard of people who have taken their lives. They are not crossing over into the new year. God help us that we do. But they have left
Yes,
their families stressed, and they
grieving.
were wondering why, all those things. So let us just, get proactive, take a pragmatic approach to what we're doing with our life, and say, you know what, I want to be happier. I don't want to be
Yes.
in no doldrums. I want to be happy. Christ is in my
Let me
life.
tell you
I
something.
need the joy of the Lord to be my strength.
Trend. Absolutely. I so believe in happiness. Let me tell you something. Anything that makes me happy, that's what I do. I don't know about anybody else. But I do things to make me happy. I so believe in self-love. That's one of the things I preach in my reels that I make on Facebook. I preach self-love because self-love is very important. Because if you can't love yourself, you can't love nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I know for sure.
That is true. Sharon's is having. Sharon's, you're back.
Me that's the
Yeah,
two
I
shirts
got
a while
I got
ago.
Yeah,
knocked out.
that's all right. But I think we really
I was
had a
looking
good.
around like, what?
Yes. So we just
So
Yeah.
talked
and
about.
another just
Yeah.
another little bit before you
Uh-huh.
close, Lady D, is my deepest thoughts and condolences to the family of Barbara
Barbara
Walters.
Walters.
She's
Yes.
one
Oh my
woman
God.
I really and truly and genuinely admire that woman
Mm-hmm.
and the
Me too.
achievements that she has
Yes.
accomplished for women especially. She was one of them who
Yes.
opened doors and broke, like as they call it, the glass ceiling for a
Indeed.
lot of women in
Yes.
journalism. And I
She was
really,
an icon.
my
Legend.
condolences to her
Yeah.
family.
And we also
Who is that,
offer
Jackie?
Barbara
Barbara
Walters.
Walters.
Who?
Barbara
Barbara Walters.
Walters.
Barbara Walters, the
Barbara
journalist
died.
in New York from ABC.
She used to be on The View
She
with
actually
Whoopi
started
and
The
the
View.
others. Yes. And we also extend condolences too, because Pope Benedict XVI
Oh,
also made
Yes.
his
Passed
transition.
away.
oh, I didn't
Mhm.
realize that. But
I
Yeah.
just
yes.
heard that this morning. My legs are totally news to me. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Anyways,
So we're
go
gonna
look
go
good
now,
and all.
but we want to say, thanks to everyone who has been with us throughout this year. You have really supported us. You've helped us to increase our numbers in terms of subscription. And we thank you for just sitting in with us on a Saturday morning. I remember when I reached out and asked the
Yes.
ladies if they'd like to join me. Then after that, I said, "Oh, no, want to come join me every morning?" And they say yes. And here they are. There is absolutely no way Denise could have pulled this off like this. I could have done it in my own way, but it would have been different. And I want to say, ladies, thank God you're here with me today. You continue to give your best, and people get to know you, and who never know you, and all of
You
that.
get to
So,
know them.
and yeah, so thank you
Yeah.
so much, and to our
And
audience.
Happy New Year when it comes to
Yes.
everybody. I wish you all the best. Ladies,
And
it was
blessings
so
to
nice. Has been
Jen.
a
Jen didn't
nice,
get
a
to join
wonderful run for the year being with you here on Saturday mornings, even when we have school sometimes. But we can't, we can't shy away from the laugh. We like the laughs and the camaraderie, the fun. I love that. So
We
Yeah.
never
Happy New
know
Year
what's
to
gonna
you.
happen.
Me
We
too.
never know what's
We
gonna
never
happen.
know.
I
Because
mean,
it's unscripted.
I was
Yes.
scared out of my mind. I was like, oh God, can I do it? Because I like to talk, but when it comes to like, timed things and people are looking at you, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here we are. But
Yeah.
I
Here
mean,
we
let
are.
the new year catch
Yes.
you doing something positive. And one thing I would admonish everybody, forgive yourself. Learn, if you haven't learned yet, learn to forgive yourself very quickly and very often.
Yes.
Because sometimes we beat ourselves up really badly because we have done
Yes.
this, we did that. Forgive yourself very quickly and very often. Because don't rely
Very
on somebody
often.
to do it for you because they might not do it.
Love
So do
that.
it. If you mess up,
Love that.
pull up yourself and go on again.
There you go.
Don't sit
Ryan
there
said we
and
are his new family.
And I'm looking forward to meeting you ladies in the new year too.
Actually, we need to
Yes,
make a trip
yes,
or
yes,
something like
ma'am.
that.
yeah. Remember
I
now,
am looking forward to
Max.
meeting you. Really. Looking
Yes,
forward to having
yes,
Wherever we
you.
meet up, we have the show there.
that's together. Mhm.
Yes.
So we're
Yeah.
going
Yes.
down to Max. We're going to Max.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
we're going to Max.
March. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
that's
So
my
I hope
month.
Jen is
We're
doing fine
marching.
That's
wherever
my
she is.
We're
month.
Jen
marching
didn't
That's
join
my
us this
together.
morning,
month.
but Jen,
Yeah, yeah,
Me
yeah.
and you. Me and you.
huh?
That's my month. I'm March 13.
I know me and you, Jackie. Me and
Okay.
you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. Come, Max. What month you born?
Oh, for me, mine is November 7th. I'm
There
the
you
My
go.
November
That,
birthday
Mary
just
Winter.
gone with it.
And
yeah, and I'm
My
July
birthday just
18th. So
gone.
our
July.
month still count. Our months still count.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
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 Oh my
Blessings to
goodness.
Jennifer.
So,
She didn't get to join us this morning.
no.
Jen,
Yes.
wherever you are, stay blessed, stay well.
Yes, we love you,
We
Jen.
love you.
Yeah, Jen. Come forward in the new year, Jen.
Yes, Sharon says, let the show go on. Bless you all. We have to go eat something. We can't
Yes,
sit down
dear.
the whole day. We don't know.
Let the show go.
I am going
All
to
May I
have
come
right,
to
breakfast.
us too?
everybody. Happy New Year when it comes.
And if
So
next
Let's
blessings,
have
year.
the run.
everyone. So good to see you. Out,
Happy
out,
New Year
out.
to
Happy
you
New
all, ladies.
Year.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Jackie Brainbox Tyson, me say you did good. Fruits turn up in it just the way me like it. Pudding pan to the world.